Brahmarpanam
Brahmarpanam
Brahmahavi
Brahmahavi
Brahmagnau
Brahmagnau
Brahmanahutam
Brahmanahutam
Brahmaivatena gantavyam
Brahmaivadena gantavyam
Brahma karma samadhina
Brahma karma samadhina
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
So we go to the next sutra. 9-11. Avajananti mamura
Avajananti mamura
Manushim tanumashritam
Manushim tanumashritam
Param bhavam ajananto
Param bhavam ajanato
Mama bhutamaheshwaram
Mama bhutamaheshwaram.
The ignorant ones despise me when I come in the human form. You know the story about Buddha, right?
No.
So there was this businessman. When Buddha, his words started spreading around, lots of people started coming. Yes, people would come and learn his meditation. His meditation was only about witnessing, and so people would have to spend hours doing that. Yeah. Those were very rich times in India. So Buddha taught that drop this running behind money, running behind things. You have enough. Yeah? Now look within. So when he taught this and everybody started coming to him, there was this businessman whose both sons used to keep going to Buddha. And they used to not do business and, he wanted them to cheat and get more money and please more people and do all those kinds of things. And those two businessmen and the children of this father would not agree. Yeah, and they would always go to Buddha and always sit there and meditate. So he was very upset with Buddha. So he goes and he spits on Buddha's face. What do you think? Who do you are? Just a mere human being. Why are you trying to be God? Blah, 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 blah. You can imagine what he must have done. He said all these bad things. Buddha did not say a word. Buddha just stayed silent. He goes away. And the story so goes that he comes back feeling really guilty. He couldn't sleep all night. How could I spit like this on somebody's face? And that person didn't even react. Didn't even flinch. There must be something special about him that I cannot see. That my both sons have seen. It is definitely something I have missed. So he feels guilty, goes back, he says, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I spat on you yesterday. I beg your forgiveness. So Buddha is saying, what are you talking about? That river has already flown. I live in the present moment. I am not that person anymore. If I meet him, I will convey your sorry to him. That is how the enlightened is. God comes in that form. If you're expecting God is going to come with a golden crown on his head and all those wings and a big chariot and apsaras dancing around, it's not going to happen like that, guys. Nice mythological picturization we had done for the kids, but we need to grow up. Yes, that's not how God will come. Yeah, we made a uniform for all gods. Yeah, golden crown and all gold. Yeah, gold ornaments and clothes also made of gold or gold zari, whatever. That's all cute, fun, but that's not true. How does God come? Just somebody who reaches that level of enlightenment, that supreme level where he's completely united with the Brahman consciousness. He is only in the physical form to impart this knowledge. After somebody moves on, then we think about him and we godify him. Yes. So here Krishna is saying such people are really ignorant. What does he call them? Moodha. Foolish. Gadha hai. They do not recognize that oneness, that divinity that I am. Yeah? They only look at the physical form. That was this person's problem, right? He said, oh, you are a human, I am a human, why are you trying to become God? Yeah? Buddha never even said that I am God. Buddha never spoke in the beginning. Yeah, he was forced to speak. Everybody went to him and said, please speak. Yes. Buddha says, it's no use. Those who know, they know. What is he talking about? Knowing what?
So,
The Purusha, being in the causal body. Those who can be there, they know. Those who don't, no use. They don't. How much ever you teach them, they will never know. So what's the point of speaking? So they said to him, these are angels talking to Buddha in the story. Angels said, no, there are people in the middle. They need that one push. Just one little push in the correct direction. And they'll start walking. For them you speak. And Buddha spoke for only those. And that's why I say knowledge is not for everyone. Yeah? You can't push people. You can't bring them. You come and ask me, Ari, I'm trying to convince this person to come to Art of Living. The person doesn't come on. You cannot convince. Have you noticed? How much ever you tell, that person will not come. And sometimes all you need to do is show somebody the flyer. That's it. He was waiting. When will something come my way? He will grab onto that opportunity and come. What do you start feeling? I enrolled him. I got him here. Forget about it. It's got nothing to do with you. It was his time. Yeah? On that curve of evolution, that awareness level, he had reached the right time. So, paka hua aam. He had become ripe. He was ready to receive this knowledge. Yeah? So only moodhas, foolish people, cannot recognize the divinity. Yeah? So do not be a moodha. Don't be foolish. Recognize divinity and start walking in that direction. If you can't see it in a guru, at least see it in yourself. The Purusha is there. The self is there. Yeah? Only an ignorant one cannot even look within. Yes? Look within. Start walking. I know it takes a long time to even understand Purusha. Took a very long time to understand witnessing. Yeah. So many years you've been on the spiritual path. Some of you, even before Art of Living, some other spiritual path. Yeah, but to understand that witnessing consciousness took you such a long time. Right? Some of you still kacha pakka, not sure if you understand. You see, it takes a long time to absorb this knowledge. Yeah? And the more gaps you give in knowledge and meditation and kriya, the longer it becomes. Yes? Only a moodha, a foolish one, despite knowing that this is the path, will get lost in Prakriti. So next homework for you. Are you a moodha?
No.
Don't answer me. You write. Are you a moodha?
At the time of death, what happens? When their whole life flashes. Why did I be lazy? Because that's the moment.
They don't even realize that. It doesn't happen at that last moment. What will come up? Which ones?
Strongest.
Strongest. Lying on rock.
Rock.
Will I remember lying on sand and lying on water?
No.
With Art of Living, if they came for a few days and went away, what was it?
Line on water.
Whatever sand is gone. They don't remember. What will you remember? The strongest thing that you've carried throughout your life. You can die any moment, no? Or do you still think, oh no, he or she is going to die? I have another few years. Then you are in really illusion. Yeah? Houston traffic, you don't know. You're out every day. Okay, you're in the house, anything can fall. Yeah? So drop this thing that I have a long time to go. Yeah?
That answers a homework question, right?
Homework question.
If you're thinking that.
I mean, some people actually say from the astrology, right? Oh, you live for 80 years, 90 years. So you know, well, in spite of knowing this, you still have that confidence you live for some years.
Live as if today is the last. This is the way to live life. On your last day, do you want to be cribbing and fighting and debating and arguing with people? What do you want to do on the last day? Think. That's why start moving towards seva. When you do seva, this is the most fulfilling experience. You feel, oh, if I die today, it's fine. Every day that feeling comes. Every day. A little bit of seva. I'm not saying hours and hours of seva. Little bit of seva every day. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Email seva if you cannot come somewhere. Just do remote seva. Email seva, some seva. Creating a flyer for helping people. Whatever. Little bit contribution here, there, here, there. You feel so fulfilled. Today, I did something in which I was not there. There's all the time, everything is about I and mine.
That was with Kaji, when starting, it begins like that, but then the I also creeps in and say,
Skill. A skillful person knows how to keep removing it, keep removing it, keep removing it. Yeah? Keep taking that step back to the causal body. Witnessing. Very important. Yeah? So even if you know this knowledge, but you are still not walking the path, then you are a Moodha. You already got your answer. Yeah? Have you been walking? Ask yourself. If you've not been walking sincerely, you know the label that Krishna put on you today. Yeah? Only the ignorant people, Moodhas, do not recognize the divinity within. They think that God cannot come in a human form. Yeah? But this is wrong. If God has to talk to you, how will He converse with you? He has to talk to you in the language that you understand, right? Will you listen to a butterfly talking to you? Will a butterfly be able to speak in English? It's not possible, right? He has to come in the form that I can really perceive. So he'll come in a human form in front of me. He'll speak in a language that I can understand. So he'll speak in whatever English, Hindi to me. Yeah. Why do I feel that God cannot come in a human form? Yeah. This is a foolish thought. So if you think like that, drop, let go. God can come in any form. Yeah, that Purusha is within me also. Yes, I can move towards that. So you start walking towards being God yourself. Yeah. Are there any people here? No, God, I am separate and God is separate. I cannot become God. In ancient times, we had this kind of people who used to believe, no, human is separate and God is separate. Yes, human is supposed to surrender to God, human is supposed to be devoted to God, human is supposed to pray to God, but human cannot become God. I hope you don't think like that. Yeah? It's a very wrong understanding. Mansur was beheaded like this. Mansur was a fakir. Yeah? And he said, Al-Haq. Yeah? He said, I am God. And people of this kind of a thinking were like, how can you be God? You are not God. Take back your word. He said, no. How can I lie? This is the truth. I am God. They said, take back your word or you will be beheaded. He said, it's okay. You behead me, but I will not speak lies. He was full through the streets, to show everybody, dare you ever say, I am God. Yeah? Even when he was pulled through the streets, he kept saying, Al-Haq, Al-Haq, I am God, I am God. And they took him, right to where they were going to behead him. They gave him one last chance. Now, also to save your life, say that you are not God. And then he says, the guy who had that axe, in those days, that's how they used to behead. So the guy who had the axe in his hand, he looks at him and he says, you cannot fool me. I know you are God too. Just by coming in this form, you think you can fool me? You cannot fool me. You are God. I am God. And he was beheaded. This is Shraddha. This is faith. Yeah? And all those people who did not understand it later on regretted when they really came to this understanding. They were really foolish. Moodhas. Yeah. So, it's the foolish people who do not recognize the divinity within. It is in every human form. Yes? And it is in every form. But here in this sutra, he's saying, when I come in a human form, they despise me. Yeah? Krishna also, everybody thought, Guruji said, no, oh, he's just a little, from this little kingdom, he's a king. He's Yashoda's son. That's how. Shepherd. Yeah? He steals butter and runs away. How can he be God? You see, what? Every saint has a past. And every sinner has a future. Yeah? Obviously, no? Krishna grew up in that particular clan, Yadukul. And that's how he was a shepherd. Yeah? Coward. Yeah, he used to just be with all those kind of people. So he has that whatever past history. Yeah. But we always say, oh no, because I know him, he cannot reach there. You see? Yeah. The people who suffer the most are the people who know the saint before he attains sainthood. because they're not ready to accept that saintliness that has dawned. Yeah? Same thing happened to Buddha. Buddha, after he attained enlightenment, he did go back to the kingdom that he had left. Yeah? So his father says, oh, you can fool your other people with all your Buddhahood, but drop all this. Now also I'm giving you a chance. Yeah? All this kingdom is yours, all this money is yours. Come back. Drop all these robes and get into all these kingly clothes. He says, the one who had gone is dead. The one who has come back is a newborn. Dvija, you heard the word? Twice born. Yes. The one who has come back is born again. Father didn't get it. But Buddha again left his kingdom. He had just come back to apologize to his wife. But his wife also then went with him. She also took his meditation and started on the path.
One of them that I know, he was one of the first in the group when Guruji got enlightened. He called them and said, come, let's do Sudarshan Kriya. The very first group of people, but till now he can't believe that.
This is called what kind of chitta?
Nakaratmaka.
Very strong Nakaratmaka.
Yeah. Completely closed mind, not ready to accept something new, not open to something that I do not know. Yeah, the I is so strong in this person. Yeah? Nakaratmaka chitta. You see, you open?
Very good people, but they will not come out of their concept.
You apply to yourself. Are you ready to accept? Anybody in this group can get enlightened. Will you say, oh, she was attending Bhagavad Gita with me? Are you open? Yeah, very important. Look within.
Management made that has to get the mantra, so she get enlightened. So why not anyone can, other can?
Anybody can get enlightened. Okay. They don't know my Param Bhava, my supreme.
How?
It's the same thing. Actually, I just went on talking without telling you what it was. They just don't know my supreme form. Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. I am the Lord of all Bhutas. What is Bhut? Not ghost. The material. Everything material. This body is material. All beings are material. Living beings, creatures, animals, plants. Everything is Bhut.
Basically, Prakriti.
Prakriti. Yes. So 12. Mogha shamogha karmano.
Mogha shamogha karmano.
Mogha jnana vichetasaha.
Mogha jnana vichetasaha.
Rakshasim asurim chaiva.
Rakshasim asurim chaiva.
Prakritim mohinim shritaha.
Prakritim mohinim shritaha.
Moghasha. Asha, desire, hope. And Mogh, useless, deluded. Yeah? In Hindi, if you want to see it is useless, bekar, tuchha. Yeah? How is your Asha? What are your desires for? This phone, that little thing, that thing, want to possess this, that dress, where did you buy that dress? Yeah? What is the difference between a mudha and an amudha?
They aim for a higher, but I mean, they still have desire, but at least they aim for a better awareness they are little up.
Okay. Both might go to the temple. Yeah. Buddha will go to the temple and say, ah, nice sari, looking pretty. Where did you buy that? Yeah. Amura realizes at least 10 minutes have come here. Let me just keep everything aside and be 100% here. You check. Where are you? You go to the mandir to see other people's clothes, other people's cars. He got a new BMW. He came to the mandir today. Yeah. Check. Look within. Where are you? Are you Mudha or are you Amudha? And what kind of asha do you have? Is it Mogha asha? Homework, next homework. Mogha karmanu. Huh? If I have those kind of desires, what are my karmas going to be?
Tailoring karmas.
Tailoring karmas. Yeah, running behind clothes, food, money. That's where I'm going to land up. Yeah. Ragas and dveshas of that level, the graph is still there. Yeah. Raga and dvesha of that level keep you where? Yeah, right at the bottom. Yeah, look at what level that is. That is the level he's talking about. Mogha asha leads to mogha karma. What is mogha karma?
Useless karma.
Useless karmas. Nonsense things you keep running there. Is he saying, okay, don't wear clothes, don't go to a party, don't buy things? No, but see constantly what is predominantly in your mind. What occupies your mind most of the times. And that is why in a Bhagavad Gita class also you are thinking about how much it's going to cost in Indian rupees. Yeah? You just see, na, this kind of an atmosphere, can such a thought even come to you? Yeah? So just recognize where you are on that awareness. Increase, work on it. Something I am doing wrong. What am I getting from these ragas and dveshas? Maybe there's not enough purushartha. Something is lacking. Only by a self-introspection, self-inquiry can a person start walking the path. Otherwise, no self-introspection, no self-inquiry, you're going to be right there. You choose, where do you want to be? Yeah? Now we move on to what are the types of karma. We've done this before. Did you all do the video?
Yes.
Huh? Everybody?
Yes.
Yes. What's the first type?
Sanchita karma.
What is Sanchita karma?
Karma from
Accumulated karma from the past.
Yeah. These are the seeds I am carrying from the past. Just past of this lifetime? Many lifetimes. How do these seeds get formed?
Impressions.
Impression
Raga
of
and Dvesha.
Raga and Dvesha. Yeah. All ragas and dveshas of all lifetimes? Which ones?
Strongest.
Strongest. Lying on rock. Very good. You watched the new video then. This only new video people know. Yeah. So, lying on rock, that which is like really carved in stone, those I have carried in my Sanchita karma bag. Yes. Now what happens to this Sanchita karma? These seeds start
Sprouting.
Yeah?
Prarabdha karma.
And they become my current, my prarabdha karma. Yes. Now what to do about this prarabdha karma? Can I do something?
Yes, you have to go through it.
I will have to go through it. But one little loophole, something to reduce intensity. Meditation, seva, satsang, and
witnessing.
will I have to go through the whole thing?
Yes.
The whole thing?
Yes.
No exit?
No.
There is
There will be an exit.
You have to be alert and
Perfect. I have to be aware. I have to be alert. If I'm not aware, if I'm not alert, I miss the exit. Yeah? And I'll keep moving on the prarabdha karma. Yes? And if while going through the prarabdha karma, I keep hating and detesting and despising things and people, then
Agami karma.
create agami karma. Yes? And this agami karma only becomes,
Sanchita for next lifetime.
it goes back into my bank. And then that only cycle continues. Sanchita becomes prarabdha, prarabdha becomes agami, agami again becomes sanchita, and I am stuck. Yeah. It's very important to watch, no, what kind of asha I have. Asha is,
Desire, hope.
yeah, whatever desire comes in my mind, I either act on it or I hold on to it, I cling to it, I'm averse to it. This only turns into my raga and dvesha and sits in my karma bank. Right? So, where do I have to be really vigilant? What level? Desire level. Whenever there is a desire, observe, observe. Is this like mogasha? Let me drop it. I'm not a mura. Yes? Can you start working?
Yes.
Now, your bags. How many of them were a lot of mogashas there?
All of them.
Third bag with no Asha.
No, these are only mogashas.
So all of them are mogashas.
Ektaji, can I share one story which I read about karma? There was a poor person who used to go to people to get bread and all for his daily routine. So once he just went to a lady and asked to give him for something to eat. So she said like, I have dal chawal, so don't go anywhere else. I'll give you. You can sit here and eat it. So he just eat that, and after he finished his eating lunch, so he just asked for buttermilk. So that lady has no buttermilk. So she said like, I don't have buttermilk, so can I get it from my neighbor? So he said yes, I'll wait here. So she just bring that buttermilk from the neighbor lady, and that person have that, and he just died.
He died.
Yeah, died.
Okay.
Then Yam and Chitragut came, and then they were discussing to whose bag this karma will go. Then Chitragut asked that first lady who gave the food. So he said, no, I did my whatever, whatever. I just gave him food with a good heart. So Chitragut said, yeah. She is not the one who did bad karma. So then the next lady, the neighbor, so she said, I gave buttermilk. I didn't do any intentional thing like. So Chitragut said, yeah. So why he died? So the buttermilk had poison in it, and that was from the bird flying in the sky, holding the snake. So snake spitted that poison in it. So Chitragut asked that snake, this karma will go to your bag. So he said, why? It's my nature. I didn't do anything. That bird was flying, holding me, so I didn't do anything. So bird said, but this is my own nature. I catch the snake and go through it. So I don't know. I didn't do anything intentionally. So the things went on, and then the news spread everywhere in the town that because of the food from the lady, that poor guy died. So everyone was like discussing these things, and she did this, she intentionally did this. Then Chitragupta said, this lady, then this lady is the culprit. So put the karma in her back because she is, doubting the intention of the first lady who has given food to the poor person who was really hungry. So I just remember from your karma talk, just be careful, guys, even at your thought levels.
Just because she doubted,
Doubted.
the karma went to her.
Her back.
Such a beautiful story. That is why I tell you, look within. Are you in a nakaratmak chitta? Nakaratmak chitta will create a lot of karmas. Yes. Are you observing? Again and again observe. Why am I seeing this? Why am I doing this? From where is this coming? Is this coming from negativity inside? Is there a sensation? Very easy to identify if you are really observant. Is there negative sensation? Is there hatred? Is there jealousy? Is there competition? Is there something negative inside? Immediately stop, drop, let go. This path is for somebody who is really courageous and wants to make an effort. Do you want to make an effort? That is the question.
That's why this is a dangerous.
Keep working on yourself. It is not going to happen by attending one Bhagavad Gita session, is it? Chalo, 2 weekends, 3. The bargain offer 4.
वो साल में भी हो तो
Keep chugging. How long is it going to take? Okay, very long, but still how long?
Therefore, it is possible
Whenever it
based upon your efforts.
Okay, based on my efforts and
grace.
I-
It's already there.
grace is there, huh? That is equally flowing on everybody. Oh, no, on me some special grace is going to flow, then I will get. No. It is already there. It is equally flowing on everybody. But if you don't make an effort, it will not happen. It will not happen. What, 20 years, 80 years, 90 years in Art of Living, it will not happen. Yes? So the effort has to be on your part. Ashtavakra 1, he lays down a rule. Do not say a word that will cause turbulence in another mind. Yes. So difficult to do just this one thing, no? Yeah. It's almost like you have to.
Yes.
Then also it comes out.
It's not externally, internally.
Ah.
कुछ मतलब नहीं उसका.
Yeah. You have to just follow pick one thing and stick to it. I'm telling you, you are done. If you master one thing that Gurudev has said. Just one thing. So many processes I make you do. I create all these processes. One process you master, just one of them. You're done. You've reached it. There's nothing more to do. Yeah? Take up one thing. It should be a commitment from your side, not a homework from my side. Yeah? When you dissolve all your karma back, then what did Guruji say? From the merit, what will happen?
You will enjoy.
Swarga.
You'll go to Swarga. What was Swarga, he says?
Place where you always have pleasure and happiness.
Their happiness.
Where you are in your nature. Swarga. Yeah? Being in the self. In your own nature. Yeah? Very comfortable place it is. It's not somewhere up in the skies like you'll imagine and what the movies do on top of the clouds. No, it's here. It's right here. Yeah? It's just that it's not visible to the eye because they are not in the physical form. Yeah? They are not bhutas like us. Yeah? We call them bhutas, they should call us bhutas. Yeah. They're right here. It's more than you 35, 36 people sitting here. More of them are right here. They're just in another form. They just experience joy, that pleasure, which came from their merit. Yeah, your karma bag, more plus plus plus, more merit. Yeah, that much peace, happiness you will enjoy. At the end of it, you will have to come back. Why?
Make it
It has
zero.
to be empty.
Because there was some karma still left. Remember in the morning I showed you? Where's the bottle?
Some very good water left.
Correct amount of water. This much karma is still left. Yes? So if this much karma is left, then what?
Come back.
I have to come back to exhaust this karma. Yes? So you recognize. How much more? How much more are you going to continue? You didn't do 12th ka second line? Okay, Mog Asha, Mog Karmana explain.
Yeah.
Mog Jnana. What is Mog Jnana?
False
Knowledge.
False knowledge, deluded knowledge. Yes, what is deluded knowledge?
Something which is very not right.
Okay, Kutarka, I am right. And
Everything which is changing, they feel that it is unchanging and permanent.
perfect. Yeah, I feel I am this body. How many of us really felt this before you came on the spiritual path?
Yeah.
This is real. This is it. I am the body. There was no understanding that, oh, I could be something different from what this 5 foot, 6 foot body is. Yeah? People who are deluded are lost in that understanding and are not ready to come out of it. They are in Moga Jnana. Got it? There is a way to come out of it. If you are
Aware.
Vidhaya Chitta, open, ready to receive. There is something more I don't know about it. That humility is there. But if that humility is lacking, oh, I know it all, then what happens? I have closed the door for myself. Will I progress? Yeah? Moga Jnana. Got it?
Scientific concept.
Yes. What I can prove, that is all that I will believe in. Yes. So science has that limitation. You cannot prove everything. Yes, there is something which is beyond the intellect. You can experience it, but you cannot bring that experience into a laboratory. You've been experiencing since morning the witnessing consciousness, going into that causal body again and again. Can you bring it out in the laboratory, tell me?
Even when this cosmos was going on, remember Neil deGrasse Tyson, he told us the story about Bruno, the guy who imagined everything and stars being. But then he said, but that's not science, because he did not have proof.
Yes. The science only looks for proof. Yeah. But at least they acknowledged his name and they remembered Bruno.
After he died.
After he died, of course. Because later on, I think 100 years or 50 years after Bruno died, they proved everything in the laboratory that Bruno said. So now Bruno has become great because it's been proven in the laboratory. Yeah, there is something that is beyond this intellect that you really need to go and experience. The causal body, witnessing consciousness is impossible to bring into the laboratory. Right?
I mean, they're bringing the subtle body, at least with Kirlian photography.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
but still understanding that the experience is totally beyond laboratory. No? You can photograph your aura, but can you explain it? Can you explain the experience or bring it out in the laboratory? Not possible. Some things are beyond the realm of the mind and the intellect. Yes.
Same for chakras also. They accept, like they say that it's there, but they can't. They have been trying to prove, and they dismiss it.
So, Moga Jnana, correct? Completely clear in the head? Rakshasi. Rakshas
Demonic.
and Asur.
Same thing.
Same. Asuras and Rakshas are,
So,
Those
is
that-
there any difference between them? So,
yeah. The levels are, there are different levels. So we did talas in the previous Bhagavad Gita. Lokas are the upper levels, yeah. Gurloka is right in the middle. We live in the physical realm of existence, which is the Gurloka. The higher realms of existence, Swargaloka, Guruji spoke about it. Yeah, and there are others where you do tapa and you move up slowly. Yeah, there's also Pitraloka. You worship your Pitras. Yeah, those who know. Pitra means ancestor. Yeah, that's where you actually move on at the point of death. So these are the higher lokas or the higher realms of existence. The lower realms of existence are called talas. Yeah, so Patala, Vitala, Sutala, depending on how gross your desires are, yeah, how really mogi you are. Depending on that, the talas are also there. Yeah, so that's how Asuras and Rakshasas belong to those levels. Yeah, one might be higher than the others. And there's much more there. Yeah. Too gross to even talk about, not necessary, yeah, but just understand, the more you are gross and negative, that's where you are aiming for. The flow of life is going to take you down towards the talas. The more subtle, the more sattvic you are, you start rising higher. And those who rise higher, what did Guruji call them?
Mahatma.
Mahatma. And those who go lower, Mudas. Yeah. So Rakshasi, Asurim Chaiva, Prakrutim, Mohinim Shrita. They take refuge in the moha of Prakriti, means in delusion, getting lost in the Prakriti. Prakriti is just earth, water, fire, ether, air, and the combination of that. They don't recognize that. For them, Prakriti is beautiful woman, handsome man, car, multi-million-dollar house. That's where the moha is stuck. Got it? Now you'll say, oh, I'm a Rakshas. I am so interested in billion-dollar home. I'm so interested in BMW. Oh, I can't let go of my beautiful wife or my handsome husband. Yeah, or my beautiful girlfriend, handsome boyfriend. Oh, I am such a Rakshas. No need to label yourself, right? What did Guruji say? You're all Mahatmas. Why?
Those who are in this path.
You're making an attempt to go up on this flow. Yes, it's a flow of life. Either you go up or you go down. Yeah. You are in knowledge. You're spending this time to really progress spiritually. So it will really help you. Got it? Now 9-13. Mahatmanastu mam partha
Mahatmanastu mam partha
Daivim prakritim ashritah
Daivim prakritimashritah
Bhajantya anyamanaso
Bhajantya anyamanaso
Jnatva bhutadimapyayam.
Jnatva bhutadimapyayam.
So the Mahatmas take refuge in me. What is the meaning of taking refuge in me? Means what?
Remembering me always, but that they're doing their duty at the same time.
Okay, so remembering the idol of Krishna?
The
No,
Established
aware.
in self.
Whatever I am doing, whatever actions I am doing, again and again, recognizing, oh, I'm just a witness, I'm not a doer. This is all happening through me. I'm just a channel. I'm just expensing out my karma account. Too much loan I had. This exchange is getting done. क्या बोलते हैं account लोग? Accounting लोग? Debiting my account. Yeah. I am not the doer. I am the witness. Yes, constantly one who is in that witnessing consciousness while doing whatever at home, especially at work. Yeah, boss is saying something, colleagues are saying something. There's so much pressure, so much politics sometimes at work. You want to prove you are somebody. You see how your ego comes up? The thirst for name, fame comes up. Yeah, the thirst for promotion. I want to be a manager. If you're a manager, you want to be senior manager. If you're senior manager, you want to be what? VP, vice president, assistant vice president. And then you want to become CEO. Then you want to start your own business. You see, the mind craves continuously for name and fame. Yeah. Observe. All the time observe. Yeah. Does this mean, okay, I'll stop working from tomorrow. I'm going to sit at home. Ekta said not to run after name, fame, job.
You have to do what karma neva.
And how?
By being aware.
Taking refuge in the Lord, in that Purusha. Yeah? Not getting lost in the raga and dvesha that happen because of these actions that I have to do in my life. Yeah? Otherwise we can get so attached, no? I heard Bhagavad Gita. You know, I'm so good. You ask me anything from Bhagavad Gita chapter 10, I'll tell you. Come, I'll teach you, come sit. Yes, what happens? One little thing you do, there is attachment and then you cling on to it. Yes. What does the one who takes refuge in the Lord do? Always open. Drop. I do an action that comes my way 100%. Yeah, with honesty, with integrity, with love, and then surrender. Whatever the karma phalam of this is yours. The karma is also yours, the karma phalam is also yours. That is taking refuge. Are you doing that? Is that the way you are working at home, in school, in office, in seva? How you do seva? You better thank me, okay? Yeah. Very subtle expectation is there in the mind. No? You open that door and hold it for somebody and somebody doesn't say thank you. See how inside it pinches you. Shouldn't even say thank you. Hota hai ki nahi? Yes? You have expectations at a very subtle level and you're not aware of them.
Does it help if you see everything as your duty to do? From that perspective.
Again, don't look at it duty as in, arey, oh, zabardasti wali duty. I don't want to do, still I have to do duty. Not that. Look at it as if, boss, I did something in the past. Yeah, this is just karma exchange. I did something, it has come back to me. Let me do this action so pure that I'm done with this exchange. It doesn't come back anymore. Yes, you go to the bank, you have to pay your mortgage from time to time. You sit over there every month and bargain. Let me pay it off. One day it'll all get paid off. Yeah? Just imagine that day when you're going to be absolutely mortgage free. How do you feel? Some of you already must be. Ah,
Relax.
now it's okay if my boss kicks me out. Yeah, it's okay if somebody fires me. I'm relaxed. I don't have a mortgage to pay. Yes, that relief that you feel. Yes, that's the relief you will feel when you stop doing these karmas yourself, creating new karmas. Yeah? This bag, this empty bag gives you that sensation of, that beautiful feeling of relief. And that relief itself is enlightenment. Yeah? Then while living in body, you have got enlightened. That's called a Jivan Mukta. Yeah? So does the person die? Karma bag over? No, what's the point?
No, karma body still remains.
The body still remains. Yes, it remains for that many years that it was stipulated. You remember? Death is decided.
Yes.
So you will continue to live till that expiry date. Janaka was a Jivan Mukta. Yeah. So it can happen while living. Aim for the highest. That's who is a Mahatma. And who is a Rakshas? Who doesn't care about all this spiritual knowledge? So all this is bogus. After 60 years old, after 70 years old, are you sure you're going to live that long?
Ektaji, there is a question on Hangout.
Good.
What happens when a person gets enlightened?
What happens to what?
What happens when a person gets enlightened?
What happens to what? There is no person. Once you're enlightened, you're enlightened. There is no person.
You are not the body.
We complete the sutra. Bhajantya ananya manaso. What is ananya?
Other.
Ananya means every time.
Ananya. Anya is other. Ananya, no other. No other means
Everything.
single-mindedly. Who worship me single-mindedly. Single-mindedly, you have to understand what this means. Yeah? If you worship deities for give me this, give me money. Yeah, you do. There are deities who give you money. There are deities who can give you name, fame. There are deities who can give you children, progeny, and you worship that. That is what will come to you. Yeah, this is anya. Yeah? Ananya means no other. These you are worshipping the devas. Devas will bring that to you. Ananya is you worship the highest. No other means the Purusha, the Brahman consciousness. Clear? Single-minded, very clear focus. Yeah, in the previous Bhagavad Gita, he said, those who worship the devas will go to the Devaloka. And those who worship me will come to me. You decide where you want to go. If you go to the Devaloka, you're going in some or the other greed, lust for something. Yeah, you will go, you'll enjoy that much, and again, you'll have to come back. What about those who worship me, attain me? Do they come back?
No.
Then you are free from this cycle of birth. Then it is up to you. If you want to come back, you come back. Jnatva bhutadim avyayam. They worship me knowing me as that which is imperishable. Yeah? Devas are perishable. They only have that much time. Yes, they can give you whatever you ask for. That is why you pray, right? Yeah, there are energies all the time around you. Doesn't it happen with you? You say something and immediately you get it. And then you say, "Arey yaar, kuch bada mang liya hota." I should have asked for something big. I would have got it. Happens, no? Yeah? But the devas are all around you. Yeah? Suddenly they are in a good mood. You say, "Oh, I want ice cream." Tathastu. Where is ice cream? You're like, "Arey, we should ask for something more. I would have got it." Yeah? So devas will give you these small, small things of the Prakriti. So you will attain them. That is Anya. Ananya is not looking at these small, 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 small things. Aiming for the highest, supreme. Got it?
In last Bhagavad Gita, you asked us to, even if you worship, just worship that it's actually worshipping for the Brahman consciousness and see how it changes. It's beautiful.
Yeah? Yes.
Could you translate the whole sutra, just entirely,
This
913?
Okay. As in Mahatmas, they worship me. They first take refuge in me. You got the meaning of taking refuge in me? Yeah? That means all the time operating from the causal body, not from subtle or physical. No doership, dropping doership and just being in that purity. Yeah? In the self. All Mahatmas take refuge in me and next they worship me. How do they worship?
As non-perishable.
Before that,
Single-mindedly.
single-mindedly, ananya bhav, single-mindedly. And they know I am imperishable. Chalo, 14. Satatam kirtiyanto maam.
Satatam kirtayanto maam.
Yatatascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya
Namasyantascha mam bhaktya
nityayukta upasate.
Nityayukta upasate.
Satatam kirti is constantly glorifying. Constantly glorifying. Who? Glorifying who? What?
The Purusha.
The Purusha, that Brahman consciousness. Yeah? Constantly glorifying. Does that mean that constantly keep talking with people about it?
No.
Then?
Establishing in the Purusha.
I am all the time there. I am all the time working from there. Yeah? It's an inner glory that I'm doing, even if I'm doing. It's not external. I don't have to go around telling people or talking. People misunderstood this and they created bhajans out of it. So if you sit and sing glory to Krishna bhajans, you are going to get enlightened. Are you going to get enlightened by singing a bhajan? Yeah? The path of bhakti is the highest and the most difficult. The path of bhakti cannot be so simple as you learning 2 songs, sitting and singing it and getting enlightened. Is that possible? That is one little aspect of bhakti where you get so dissolved in that Purusha that out of that love, of that oneness, that song automatically comes out. Yeah? But it's not the other way around. I start singing, then I'm going to experience that. No. I have not made that effort only. Yes? So especially in India, they say the bhajan mandali comes, yeah, they come and they sing all those bhajans. Yeah, jagran, they do loud music, loud noise. Yeah, it's only become entertainment today. Have you noticed? There's no sense of peace in it, no meditation, nothing. It's just entertainment. Yeah, wear beautiful saris and go and dance over there. Yeah, that's what it has become, bhajan now. Understand what this means. This glorification is not an external glorification. It's inside. Yeah? Recognizing that divinity moment to moment to moment. Yeah? And dropping the doership. This has to be a constant process. Just in the morning I dropped it, is it enough?
No.
Will it work? Again the ego will come up. Again I have to drop it. Again it comes up. Again I have to drop it. This constant process. Yes? That is Satatam Kirti. By singing, I am not going to get enlightened. But when I start walking this path, a song comes from the heart. A poetry just comes from the heart. Yeah? You're not a poet and you still become a poet. Yeah? You're not a great singer, but a song comes out of you. Yatantascha Dridhavrata. Those who have a Dhrad Vrita. What is Dhrad Vrita?
Unshakable.
Strong.
Very strong.
Strong determination. Strong determination. Firm resolve. Yeah. Firm resolve for what?
To walk on the path.
To walk towards the Brahman, towards that Purusha. Yeah. Come what may, I will keep walking. Do you have a firm resolve? How firm are you? Check, check, check. Is it lukewarm firmness? Where do you get? You get lukewarm results. God is a thorough businessman. You know, na? Yeah? You give him whatever, a quarter, you will get back a quarter in return. Yeah? If you are ready to give him your whole self, then only can you unite with God. Are you ready to die for it? Do you have that kind of a thirst for the God? Again, this is not the God sitting in your temple, huh? Yeah. Ask yourself this question. Homework number whatever. Are you ready to die for it? Namasyantascha mam bhaktyam nityayukta upasate. They prostrate before me who nityayukta. What is a nityayukta? Nitya is continuously. Yukta,
Yoga.
skilled in what?
Witnessing.
Perfect. Again and again, coming back to the causal body, taking that step back. Again and again, taking that step back. Can you continuously keep practicing this? Do you have it in you?
It's a process.
Yes. And who can make an effort? Dridhavrita. Somebody who has a firm resolve. Yeah, if you don't have a firm resolve, is this going to happen? You tell me. Right? Cannot happen. So many years you've already been on the path. You have been listening to this knowledge. It's not happened, no? Why?
No firm.
Firmness was lacking. Have you seen this? Yeah. All we need is that dridha nishchay, that dridha vrat. This is it. I'm going to follow this. Come what may. Yeah. Maya of children will come my way. Maya of money, of family, friends, whatever. This achievement, that mean, it's okay. I will do everything, but my focus will be very clear. While I am doing, I am going to always be established in the Purusha. Do you have that firm resolve?